Well, hello, 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 and here's hoping it is a magical day out there for everyone listening. And thanks for tuning in here with me, Magic Mo. And I just wanted to talk briefly today about the magic of motivation. And this is a topic of conversation that has a lot of complexities, so I will probably revisit this one more than one time, but wanted to do just a broad recording and thoughts on just that simple, the simple idea of what I have to get this started today. And the magic of motivation comes in so many forms. And sometimes I think of it almost as a house. And follow me with this one. So let's say this house is that, we're using as the example is just a rancher. It's a one-story house. However, coming with this rancher is an attic and a basement. Now, if you think about that with motivation, it would appear that it would be much easier to fall down the basement stairs and sit there until you grab the courage to climb back up to where you were from the start, and then climb up to the attic where your dreams and your goals and your vision for a new future really lies. That seems just so much easier than making the harder steps to go up than it does to have those steps or the trip and fall to go down the stairs. And we all have that. And sometimes I reference this in terms of motivation because we've all had times that fall down to the basement has happened. And a lot of us at those times don't even realize that we almost wished it upon ourselves, because we felt that uphill climb to get to the attic was just out of reach. So rather than fight it, we let ourselves fall to the basement. And so, not to say that we quit our job and lost our job or our health went bad, nothing like that. Just that we gave up the fight for what the goal was that we wanted. So we stared up into the attic, decided that we can't have it. We don't deserve to have it. And you know what? Just forget it. And so our self-confidence breaks down. Depression kicks in, and then that's how we end up in the basement. As opposed to still being on the main level where we've been consistent for quite some time. But depression and contradiction and just overall worriment for trying something new, meaning going up to the attic, can at times be terrifying because you're changing what your current reality is. And changing our current reality, should be something of happiness. Because when we change our own reality, this is us creating it. So being motivated to create a whole new world for yourself, it doesn't have to be completely life-changing. You're not changing the core of who you are. You're changing what you're surrounding yourself with, what you're allowing yourself to do and who you're allowing yourself to be, and what you're allowing yourself to accomplish, how you're getting people to view you, just anything that you want to create. Creation is motivation, and that's going to get you up to the attic where all of the stuff that you've stored up there, relatively speaking, is sitting there waiting for you to, take the tape off of those packages, open it up, and all of a sudden you have that dream job you want. You have the money that you want. You have the friends that you want. You have the relationship with your loved one that you want. All those things that are stored up in the attic all of a sudden become yours. And that should be motivation enough. And to put that in perspective with everyday life, just have that in the background of your mind, whenever you feel like you're shooting for the stars and rolling the dice, however you want to, play the spin on words, that you're taking a chance towards your dreams and goals, and you're putting yourself out there and trying to make magic happen, that you've got this. You can climb those stairs. I know it. And then once you climb those stairs, then every box up there, it's all yours. Everything up there in that attic is yours. I mean, it's always been yours in reality. You put it there. You stored it there. You purchased it in the first place. So, with all of that being said, the magic of motivation should always be upwards and into the attic as opposed to down in the basement. Because I know that there are a lot of people out there, and it's a shame that it's true, that their motivation is, well, I can do better if I eliminate this. And sometimes that might mean, coworkers wanting to eliminate another coworker, because then, well, I look like more of a necessity because I just bumped, Sylvia out of, her position. And now that I'm running my position and helping out in her position, I look like I'm gold. And that's not motivation from the attic. That's motivation from the basement. And so the motivation you should be getting from others around you, it should always come back to what I talk about all the time, which is the positive takeaway. When you're always finding the negative in somebody and some situation, you're going to find that's all you're going to repeatedly keep getting is a negative situation. So, and you're always going to get negativity from other people in your immediate and maybe not so immediate surroundings. So, and also, if there are negative people in your immediate surroundings, whether it be your job, family, what have you, that you just kind of can't avoid necessarily because they're in your inner circle, draw from that. You be the one to find what the positive takeaway is for you, because sometimes the positive takeaway is the realization that, you know what, I've just kind of been cool, calm, and in a kind of whatever mode lately. And I could plus it. I could be nicer and have a better attitude and, come off, much more engaging and pleasant, and maybe people will feed off of that better. So sometimes it's a reassurance of getting back to who we are and what we bring to the table, because I'm telling you what right now, if you think you can't turn, a grumpy Gus into the happiest person within an hour of positive conversation, you would be fooling yourself. I mean, if I can do it, anyone can do it. But I'm not putting anyone to the test as I say that. What I mean by that is that there can be a turnaround. I, in fact, have witnessed it myself. So the biggest point to make is at least bring anyone that you're spending your time with to your ground level. Okay? They don't have to be on board with you going up to the attic. Some people aren't going to appreciate your want and drive to be going up to the attic and getting all these things that you want out of life. And believe me, even the closest people to you can put it in that spin of, well, that's a nice thought, but you're not going to climb those stairs. It's just not going to happen. It's up to you to go with your motivation. Know why you're motivated to get up to the attic. And understand that the motivation has to 1,000 gallons be from you and you alone. Now, your motivation, or I should say what you're motivated towards, can certainly include, your family and friends and whatever that might be. But the motivation itself, the drive, and the actual action that you take towards it has to be you and you alone. The desired result certainly should include anyone that you love and appreciate. But the drive and effort that you do put into it should always and forever be all you, all day, every day. So, that is my spiel today on motivation. So, as Magic Mo says, motivation will come down to you and you alone, and should always. The only way I think any one of us ever finds success is when we're motivated to do it by our own accord. And I think that that's the only way that real success ever happens. The more cookie cutter we are because that's what we think other people want us to be, I don't find that to be very appealing towards being an individual. So we all have individuality, and we all have special talents, and we also have our different needs as well. So it's nice that everyone can blend together and do different things to make us unique and individuals. But never lose sight of pushing for more magic from yourself. If you know you've got it and you yourself alone are motivated to do it. And if you yourself are motivated, you've got this. You have got this. And on that note, I hope you have a magical and motivational day. And I'll talk to you real soon.